easy path to advance. They're going with the pass with the most resistance. It's definitely not that they're not trying.
I don't know how I feel about that.
We're gonna get lynched when we go to Ukraine.
All right, well, we'll see whether or not the lack of pressure makes it so that Na'Vi fall apart. Our panel seems to believe that Vega Squadron 2 had the advantage once again in the draft, but we'll see what happens. Game 2 going to be all Toby and Merlini.
Yeah, man. Let's get enthusiastic.
They want to go to TI the hard way.
It's the hardest way. 2-0 down. We come back. We hit a 5-game victory. It's going to be amazing.
That's actually not true. They could have gone through open qualifiers if they really wanted to make it hard. Enough of that.
That would have been the ultimate like conversation around the water cooler at the Dota 2 cafe. It was just like, well, okay, what's going on? Now we went to qualifiers and actually qualified. They didn't get directly invited. It would have caused a massive ruckus. All right. Let's look at our game. So Vega, they're going to run this 2-1-1 laneage as well as the floater solo, becoming more like the unflushable against Na'Vi. And Arstar knows it. He knows he's going to be stalked. But look how much Arstar's bringing to the jungle. 1 shared tango and 2 tangos of his own.
He doesn't have any sentries. Usually you'll see teams double up on sentry or dust. Maybe there's one a spear breaker. I don't think so. But
did they sacrifice for Snake? Yeah, they sacrificed for Snako. So Snako can have his 4 set of tangos as well as his boots. And okay, well that's actually really bad for Solo. He just had all of his mana burnt by the Saturn, which Arstar picked up.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really fortuitous. Cool.
How cultured then?
Oh, that Earth's a cosmetic. It makes him look like it's. I don't even know what you call that. Dinosaur hunter. Wearing his spoils, tribal.
He's getting tribal in here. Alright, so Mag is having a great time. I want to watch him closer than anybody else, even though like Solo's going to be an absolute nuisance to art style. It's the clockwork transition for me, which is going to make or break this for Vega. The Queen of Pain battle in the mid's kind of 50-50, like there's going to be first damage trading back and forward, but it's the ability for Mag to get caught out by Snako's fissure, and that will allow Horvorce just to get the full rocket barrage off the potential kill. Dandy, good lightning damage, but yeah, this is that trade-off where they both will kill each other or bring each other within an inch of death.
Yeah, the Sal, the Queen of Pain doesn't. So that's a little bit of a big deal. I thought it was a bigger deal last game, but
he just has to wait though.
I mean, he only has 450 gold, not 630 like last time, so that's a little bit different.
He's also waiting for the South because the Shadow Strike was on him. Fidge, you're going to keep Mag out, and Solo's now going to battle up against Arstar. Wait, no. Arstar's got the extra damage from the Harpy. Snako is here for Solo, claims the first blood. He looked for the rune as well. Mag will come in and steal that one. Chen still in the Harpy up, so revenge in death is applied. And be careful, man. Actually, really careful when you have to stack up like that. For first blood, goes to your floating bounty hunter, and maybe even a follow-up. Danny being glimpsed back here. No one's got no more burst damage, but Seema right in the back of him with the hailstone. Danny running for the trees where it is not safe. He will merely be manure for the Na'Vi forest.
Man, that's big. That was a nice clutch rocket by Clockwork. That's what actually gave him the first blood, and you'll usually see a lot of Clockworks go the 1-1-0 build, especially when supports are kind of contesting you, so you have a kill threat. But Mag, again, very good player. He analyzes the situation correctly and just has some unpredictable damage onto the Chen, because Chen would have killed him with the Harpy. Harpy had his cooldown running on his lightning, and if they didn't have that, he would have died. They would have gotten first blood, probably as well as the rune. So instead, Vega get the first blood and the rune.
Vega, they won't give this momentum up. Snako's moving up for Mag again, but Solo's right behind him in the battery assault. The Cogs pushing back the force. He can go for the flag cannon now in the rocket barrage, which does have Mag isolated for the moment, but how much damage is there? There's that rocket barrage finally kicking in. Snako, Mag around the corner. He gets a double stun, but is there still enough? There is enough. It's a 1-1 trade-off. Bounty and Jari that wants to claim the kills, and Solo, well, he sacrificed his own laner for it, but and it was also Clockwork who died first, so they got all the experience goes away at the bounty.
And again, the Vega supports are making plays. The Disruptor coming in with the haste, the Bounty Hunter getting a kill, scouting out the Chen, of course, and just making sure that the lane for Quap will be secured. We saw how much Dendy dominated some typical mid laners, and this time it's going to be a little bit different.
That one's having a real rough run. He has to go down for the 4-minute rune. He can't even stick around for the creep wave. He's just going to miss like 2 or 3 CS by doing it.
No, Gyro's going down there.
Yeah, he could actually die if he goes there. Now, the rune he wanted too was a nice little double damage rune.
And looks like Earthshaker won't be able to pick up that one on top.
Bounty's having fun at the jungle again. He's stalking Snako. Glimpse away and then denied. So unable to be picked up, but Seema actually trapped in here. There is a stun available, and Seema, he just TP's out. Snako can stop this though, and he will do so. So Seema, he'll walk away. The charge is coming in from the Spirit Breaker, coming in from the west, and Seema has to run to the tier 2 tower. He does at least have the boots. Munches on the tango, but any kind of life, there's no TP support for him. And Funny's quite happy to accept this, even though the Earthshaker will steal it. It is going to be a kill going the way of Na'Vi.
Nice block from Saniko. I thought that Dendy was close behind to follow that up, but nope.
Nice little send back. Solo feels so comfortable here in the mid. With that sentry ward down, he knows he's not being watched at all.
Now Quap's level 6. They really have to watch out for this slash, but they've been really good about having sentries in mid. They still have one there.
Charge in. And Pasha wants to go for that Earth Shock, but he can't do it anymore. The stun's missing from Snako. He's got the bonus damage, but they have to walk around the fissure. And who's got the movement speed here? I think it's actually Snako in a way, but Funnick into the tree lines. No one. One screen will do the work, and there it is. He'll take the kill up against the Spirit Breaker, and Snako glimpsed away from Pasha, but Artstar rotated all the way in to come in, and the faith was tested, and he was not found worthy. The Ursa is brought down underneath his own tier 2 tower. And Snako wants more. He knows no one came up here with little to no mana, so Artstyle, he's going to charge his way in and find Seema in the tree line, but she's the greatest position to block for no one. He will finally reveal himself, but now not the greatest position. He came in a little bit too early, and Snako finds him out and kills him off. While Artstyle very, very deep here in the tree line. There's not much to play around with, like Seema. He's got himself a wall of bubble in 1 second time, and this might buy him a little bit of space. Yes, it will, but the troll's still there to give the vision to Artstyle. So one attack, he'll end up dropping down. Vega still haven't brought in any more support, while Na'Vi have brought almost their entire team to this top lane.
Does Ursa not have a TP score? They really need like Ursa or Clockwork, someone to TP in. They just left their supports out to die, and I mean, Queen of Pain too. You cannot afford to let her get dove like that.
Well, Ursa died underneath his tier 2 tower, but he definitely spawned up before that.
Imagine if he TP'd, Queen of Pain gives him his bottle, and she's able to bottle up and then continue to keep fighting. That would have been a completely different fight for them, but I mean, maybe Ursa just doesn't want to TP in and just kind of feed the feed train. So I mean, you can understand his reasoning there, but it looked like pretty dire for Na'Vi.
Vega might have just made the call. It's just like, your boys, let's slow everything down. Like, we're feeding a couple of kills here and there. Remember, they're the ones that are meant to have the advantage with these kind of like the more Solo's right behind him. The cooldown's going to come, so there's some nice little chip damage in the bag. But that's going to be all she wrote. That support's going down. He's the highest net worth throw over on Na'Vi, and that's where Vega can get back into this game. It's the rotations, it's the pickoffs, it's the Clockwork and the Bounty working together, because you don't even need the Rocket to tell the enemy hero that you know where he is. The Bounty can do that for you, and then Ursa can get space to get that Mold Mask, jump in the way down, take it from there. Hey! Goodbye, Dandy. It was really nice knowing you. No one. He should still be fine. The Fissure is going to block him up. At the same time, Snake's going to have a long run, and it's 5 seconds to blink for no one. Jara is too far away. The Queen of Pain will escape.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of map control. They pretty much control the Radiant jungle. They just straight up deleted Dendy right under his own towers. So that's really good for Ursa. Ursa likes this kind of pressure. He thrives in this sort of condition where he can just do Roshan whenever he wants. And
there's that Mold Mask of his.
And now it's like 8 minutes. He could smoke any time from like 8 to 12 minutes, and you take Roshan out in 20 seconds, and you're done the Wise. So you really need to be able to control this map. Navi's playing very aggressively with constant charges here and there.
Bounty's in trouble. Bounty's in a lot of trouble. He walked underneath the sentry ward as his SP was charging in. He was moving for the Queen of Pain, who blinked down south, and looks like he just caught him out for a moment. But this is what I was talking about with Pasha. You get more miles, you get smoked. It's only 8 to 10 minutes is the perfect window for him, and he's going to take Roshan in the next like 10-15 seconds. It will not take him long.
And they already had a drop in reserve and a sentry in mid, so it's pretty unlikely that they've been able to make their way.
They're pretty close though, and this is that Chen creep. This is exactly what they're talking about. Come in, have a look, and see what's going on. You do commit a full creep to it, but now Na'Vi will probably even pull players off the top lane. Is this really worth it? Because is it the Clockwork? I think it's up on top lane now, farming up. It's actually the Bounty Hunter, so they're getting him level 6.
This is one of the big problems with fighting against an Ursa. Like, he can always do Roshan, but you cannot. Yeah. And, like, he can just sit there, and you need, like, 2 or 3 people there to contest him. And then he can just do Ancient, since it's right there. He can just go on another lane, just wait for another opportunity.
Push back on Seema. It's enough to help get the kill, but Dandy might get isolated. The cogs from Mag, there's no mana for it. Nothing is available for him. He had the battery assault, but not enough for the control factor. And Vega giving a double kill over to Dandy.
Yeah, easy. Nice plays by Funnick. I mean, Funnick has just been charging people constantly and getting kills, and Vega, they're always outnumbered. And, you know, Bounty Hunter is really good at getting information, but the thing is, you don't actually need the information. You know what Na'Vi are going to do. They're going to charge, they're going to kill, they're going to try and protect Roshan, or sorry, contest Roshan.
It does make the Bounty Hunter pick up that question mark. Like, we're looking at something more like Rubik, someone who has control, waiting for Na'Vi to run a queue, but can combo with the other heroes, where Bounty Hunter is more of the, I have to do something on the map, I have to be active, which means running into potential peril.
Yeah, and he's just not as good. Like, they had people there to try and counter gank for the Disruptor, but just couldn't stop the charge, couldn't stop another strike, and he got all his spells before Glimpse.
Here comes that charge again. They're looking for the bounty. And he's moving into a position where they could potentially kill him. The Gyrocopter is in the neighborhood, so he could go a little bit further east, but they end up cancelling the charge, and Solo will walk into Radiant territory. And he's got perfect vision with his own ward. But where's that sentry? It's a little bit further up towards the mid-tier 1 tower. So he does not want to come in range of this. And I think he's actually poking around, trying to see if there is vision. And now in comes a Sonic Wave, and that's a track kill. That's actually quite big. That's really good money for them, and it's Bounty Hunter who ends the streak of Chen. Wait, Chen had a streak? How many kills did he pick? I know he picked off the Ursa behind the tier 2 tower. Okay, yeah, it was actually not too shabby.
Yeah, and track kill, Bounty Hunter is at the coveted level 6. And they had to deal with that Centaur creep in some way just so they could do Roche ASAP. Well, it's like someone's getting charged on top. Earthshaker's there to follow up.
And there'll be the Ursa himself. Saneko looking to start with a fish. He is going to be able to connect. And Funnick, where's this TP support? Well, there's no tier 1 tower, and it's just raged up. That is one angry bear. Careful about the life points. They can be taken away, but then the bash connecting on Pasha. He wants to rush and get himself some space, but instead just does as much damage to Saneko before death. The track is up on Saneko, and there's a lot of rotation on the way in here. Saneko doesn't have, he should have Fissure available now. Throws out the Echo Sam, controlling up Mag, but stop the wall and ulti. Funnick is trapped inside of it. Saneko can be dragged back to the northern part of it, and with a screen from no one, they can mop them up. It's a double kill coming in for Mag of all people, after he was the one looking to be dead to rights. And that's for the track kill, but there's more fun to be had. That was on the track of Denny coming in, but the fun is not over. But yet, Dandy, another track kill, they can just finish him off. He's ticking down the Shadow Strike, and they're going to get the bonus money. There's a lot of heroes up there for Vega, all it's getting the bonus cash.
What a timely regeneration rune. Very nicely played by the Queen of Pain, is taking his life to the limit there.
Almost 1,400 gold for the Bounty Hunter for that kill. And they're going to get more. Because there's art style. You Shadow Strike up, and I think there's also an Orb of Venom on that Bounty Hunter. So you're not running away from him. Yeah, you got Earn Touch, you got everything. Solo's movements have been absolutely superb. He just perfectly running on network with his team. Pasha, he doesn't really deserve this, but he's a bear, and this is just like hatred against bears right now by Na'Vi. They're hunting him all across the map.
It's really bad for Vega that Ursa keeps dying, because if Electra keeps dying, that's fine. Gyro can carry his weight, but if Ursa keeps dying, I don't think Queen of Pain can carry the weight. Just
Is it really that bad though? If you can just get like Agassi Mortal in for Ursa, like that's
that's pretty good. And they need track kills there for him, but he's never there for the track kills. So his influx of gold is at a minimum.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
he really needs that first Roshan to work
Yeah,
well.
he does.
Like that's really the way he gets back into this game. But now the bounty hunter's being a lot more
He has a
effective.
mech?
Wait, so well, I suppose when you get that much money, he's a team player.
He's number 3 on net worth. That's absurd.
He needs more help though, and it's the smoke coming in right now from C as well as Mag. But forced, by glimpsing straight back into the ultimate. He might get his cooldown off, but that mech of Solo repairing all of the damage. He went Arcane Boots, so he's got the mana to support the usage of the mech.
That's just incredible that he has this much farm.
I'm wondering now if he could also go to something more like a Yule Scepter so he can control the SP, but actually have the mana regeneration. Like the Fool's there, but he's a great mana regen. Well, they're actually charging into this. Well, they're pushing him back. Punic, get the hell out of there. Glimpsed away, Mag. There's those cogs splitting up the fight again and isolating Vega. The battery assault stopping him from getting that fissure off. He's going to go down. Mag will be just as unlucky, though, with that pulse there from Denny doing serious work up against the Ursa, too. He did not want to be there. And Solo, he needs an escape mechanism, but what is really here? Nothing, because the Edict's doing its work, and Solo, 21 HP he dropped down to. He is running away. Denny was out, and he will survive 14 to 13. They keep the bounty alive. Barely. Yeah, that Ursa cannot fight. He cannot fight.
Now without Aegis.
He's 3.1k now. He's got less net worth than the Chen. This is a problem. This is a real problem. Unless they just turn bounty into a core now. And Ursa is just merely a mean, like, he's a catalyst. He's the way they kill Roshan, but he's not the way they win the game.
I don't know. I found Bounty Hunter might be able to do stuff though, just because having a mech, or he might be going for Guardian since he already has the Arcane and mech. Like having him this far early in the game can almost compensate for that, because if they can survive the AoE burst from Lustrak, from Earthshaker, and of course keep Earthshaker from getting Blink Dagger, that's going to be a really big deal.
Yep.
He's been dying to Clockwork in a fair amount of these engagements, but. Yeah, it's very heavily on the Roshan. I mean, I would like to see Ursa go more early game items too. I don't know what he's saving up for. Most likely Blink Dagger, but like if he has treads and like bracers and even a Vlad's, then maybe he can survive one more fight so that they can win that crucial fight that they need for Roshan. Instead, he's at the 1200 gold, most of it unreliable because he hasn't got any kills, and keep losing gold over and over with each one of these fights.
He needs something. Because again, now you're going to force the issue before it can get comfortable with taking up the T1 tower in the mid and the bottom, as well as actually all the T1 towers down for Vega. Their ability to control Roshan is becoming a lot more difficult. If that Tier 2 tower drops on bottom, then Vega lose a heavy amount of control of the map where they really want it. They want to make sure that Roshan, they can always bring in support. This stupid bear right now is making life impossible for Vega because they can't even smoke into the pit. So Pasha is forced to move into the jungle to become that farmer. He can't go out to the top because he's going to get initiated on by the Spirit Breaker, because none of his team want to come that close.
One big problem with Vega's line is they can't actually take down towers. Like, maybe a farm Ursa, but all the T1s are still up, and Queen of Pain is decent getting kills, so is Bounty Hunter, but they can't actually transition that into any objective.
You know what you need? You need the classic Desolator build for the Bounty Hunter.
That is it's nice. They can just pop Earthshaker. It's actually pretty darn close to his Blink Dagger.
Well, that's close enough. They're chasing him. There's a lot behind him. Urn charges. Solo going to go straight back to Invis. Attacks and slows him down, but there's a lot of support arriving at that Tier 1 tower. So they cannot force the issue at all.
Okay, so they're going Medallion. Maybe they can take down Roach quickly enough. I mean, generally, what people do when they're in this sort of situation where they can't actually do Roach is to push the side lanes. Push mid, push bottom, and if they don't respond, you take the towers and then do Roach. If they do respond, then you always threat them from behind around.
Force wants to have a run over at Seema, but at the same time, you've got to keep your eyes peeled on that Bounty Hunter. The ping came out from Earthshaker saying, I'm fairly certain Chen just got tracked from the back lines.
Bounty Hunter can't play as cheekily as he normally would though, because if he like tracks and then tries to Shuriken and then Windwalk, he's going to get charged and he's going to die because Spirit Breaker has stuff.
Is this really the best thing for an SP to go in for a Midas 18 minutes into the game? It might help you. Like obviously you're still going to finish your BKB after this. There's no doubt about that. But What else are you looking for?
I think they have better late game because Spirit Breaker is going to scale, Ledgerek's going to scale very well, Gyro's going to scale very well, whereas Vega, they have Ursa who's Roshan-less, so pretty much all they have to worry about is the Queen of Pain.
The Chen's a bit of an issue though, like when you go into the late game if you don't have map control. Like he becomes a bit more of a, like he's a hand of God and that's practically it.
But they don't, yeah, Chen's also a big deal, and Vega, yeah, I mean, Bounty Hunter's okay, Clockwork's like okay, Destructor's okay if you can farm an Axe, but unless they get a massive amount of track kills, I wouldn't be that worried if I were Navi.
There's that Blink Dagger, but they need to get rid of the bear that's in the pit. The bear's still in Roshan, so if their idea of this Blink Dagger was, oh, I could have just jumped inside the pit and they'll never ever know. Like, that bear there is impossible. Solo, the fish is going to hit, he's getting attacked by the creep wave. So he knows there's a sentry dwarf there, Funnick can trigger out the dust mag, still waiting for the hook shot in, but they also commit the Blink to Echo Slam from the Earthshaker. Freshly purchased. So that's the first reveal, and they do end a big spree. And that all that money, well, majority goes to the track.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's
actually not as much as I thought.
Now they have a good way to just straight kill Ursa too. Like just Blink Echo, stun lock him, no enrage, he's dead easily, unless they have like a big coach shot from Mag. And Navi's line up on the other hand can take towers very easily. With the Chen, with the Ledgerek, they're just melting all of these, and Roshan control shall soon be theirs.
There will be. Vega's got no openings. Saneko now jumping up to the top lane. Blink, he's going to pull up the extra stun. There is a chance for West to keep the vision on Pasha. And Pasha, he can't fight. He's being kited out right now because of the call down of Lost, and he'll drop. The lighting was also arriving at the same time, but this Ursa is just dead time and time again. It's mounted on 5 different walls at the moment, and now Funnick's going to glimpse it back into the ultimate on Farsima, ensures the kill quite heavily with the commitment of Sonic Wave, but it's an Aghanim Scepter, so he's fine with it. Cooldown's nice and low. So they're still finding trade-offs.
At least Ursa purchases Blink, so he's not in that infinite loop of losing gold and being not very useful.
He's capable of doing something. The problem is just when he keeps getting initiated. If that continues to happen, then oh wow, okay, that's a good pullback. Dandy tracked up because they obviously going to keep that vision because of the track. The Maggot, no intention of going in, and there's no hook shot available, and Solo doesn't really have much more to give. He doesn't have damage. He's all about that sustain for the team.
Navi's doing a very good job of pushing out their lanes, pushing towers, and controlling Roshan. I think they're handling this Ursa pressure extremely well. And most teams, like, yeah, you give them first Roshan, and you're like, crap, we can't fight him. We can't fight him. You wait 5 minutes, and then they've already secured so much map control because you've had to wait for so long. So the best way to deal with an Ursa is to prevent the first Roshan.
Well, they've done it perfectly. Pasha wants to try and keep farming, but there's more support coming over. Saneko, who managed to find himself an Invis rune. No one's on the higher ground, and what a time to blink away from Saneko. That Sonic Wave hitting on 3 players. The Hand of God's going to repair a lot of damage. In comes Mag to try and split the fight up, and now Pasha to try and memo him, but the Chen army is controlling him. The Cosmic pushing Denny back. He's going to deny himself now out. Arsal's still going to tick out. So Shadow Strike that's on him down the tree line, so he'll end up being denied up and back by the Spirit Breaker. There's a 3-for-2 trade, but with the denial, it's definitely going the way of Navi. Seema, the ulti controlling up Saneko. Funnick still wants to retreat out of here too. He'll be successful in doing so. Of course, is there a glimpse? Is there something? There was a Shuri toss, but it wasn't thrown at the end of the day. So 19-17 at the end of the fight, and there was the buyback from the bounty hunter too late. So a 3-for-3 plus buyback.
And that's a completed BKB on Gyro. And to counter that, you need a farm Ursa. Or else he's just going to get stunned while you try and man up on the BKB Gyro. That item is just not out there right now for him. But Queen of Pain closing in on the BKB over, and they did nail that bear inside the pit. Let's see if Artstyle is vigilant enough to send in more. And yes,
he's already bringing another Watchman.
There's just no window for Ursa to do this without the towers down.
You basically have to kill off Chen, take out his entire army, and then go for Roshan.
Or just win one team fight.
Yeah.
Or take down the tower from T1. There are other options.
So you know that Navi can't contest.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, you have to take out, Earthshaker and Gyro. Like, these two basically have to die. or else you're not going to be able to get into the pit and be secure in what you're doing. The SB is still manageable in a way. Is it almost possible? Actually, does Na'Vi even need to, like, take Roshan?
Well, it would certainly take a lot of pressure off them.
Yeah.
They definitely can. I mean, Gyro's pretty darn strong. They have Chen creeps to tank. They have mech for heal, and they have send back in case the carry gets in a lot of trouble.
Speed charging it. Solo's right behind him, however, so he'll track up Phonic, the push back. Seneko splitting the fight up with the Fissure. And Zima in the tree line. He may decide to throw it. It's only she cash him down to the low ground. He's kind of stuck here, going to be denied up by the neutrals. The Ancients being there, and Solo needs to run away. Troll Trap not going to make this easy, and he'll end up dropping down. The charge kept the vision. And that's 2 players lost for Vega. One of them, yes, one was a denial, but
Phonic's too lucky. He got too many bashes.
RNGesus, man. So how many is it? So the initial charge, the box back. There's your first real bash, and then he gets a second one here that puts Seaman down on the low ground. And he did break the tree, so potentially he could have gotten around the corner of that. But he walks directly into the golems. I don't know if you take aggro if you slip around the top.
Either way, that's really bad for Vega. With Ursa, I mean, what has he really done in most of these fights is usually like get called down, walk around for a little bit, then rage on, and then die. And then
even the one time when he had the fight when he was in front of him, like the Chen army controlled him the entire time. There's nowhere to move.
And there's lightning storm on top of that on a very short cooldown. He has to maneuver around the fissure, and even if he gets BKB, he gets controlled by Spirit Breaker. So the best play is to get an Aegis so you can just take all those spells, your teammate comes in and cleans up, and then you get some track kills, and then you're good. Then you can get BKBs, more items, and keep on farming. But that breakpoint has just never come for Pacha. I mean, he is just, he can't do anything.
Yeah. It really is just coming down to that. It's the perfect timing for Na'Vi, and they've made the most out of it.
As opposed to Spirit Breaker. Like, Spirit Breaker has less net worth than Ursa, but he's been doing a lot more. He's been able to charge the bounty hunter constantly, so he's been able to keep the tabs on the Na'Vi side. He's been charging Queen of Pain, getting kills on her. He's been killing the Ursa over and over, so he can't split push and farm. And the presence from the Spirit
Breaker. Na'Vi jump in, Echo Slam and Solo, and no one can. They get the kills. The Trump Roll is going to make this difficult for them, however. And in comes Archer as well. In the middle of the fight, he's going to try and mob up Artstar, but he can't finish the job until the Screamer finally come in. But the Chen army is still doing the work. The Ursa is a non-back. The Sonic Wave's hitting on 3, but still Na'Vi have enough life to continue the siege for the moment. No one can't put anyone down. The Chen was the only one to die, but it cost Vega so much to do it, and the buyback from the Quap.
My goodness, these fights are so costly. What an engage. Huge Echo Slam. Sees the moment his team's already all walking there.
Even keeping Pasha out. Like, he threw the Fissure forward to make sure Pasha couldn't even jump. He had to wait so long before he could use that Bling Dagger. 3 full seconds in a fight before he can come in. And by that point, the control factors were gone. And the Chen army again. It's just one Troll Trap, one Centaur Stomp. That's all that's required to do it.
I mean, they're getting so much out of each and every one of these 5-man plays too. And Vega, like, yeah, Bounty Hunter, he does have a lot of benefits. He was able to get a lot of kills early game, get the mech, but in these sort of situations, like, mech can only do so much to save your team. There is just incredible amounts of damage with the Echo, the call down, left strikes, AoE potential, and they're giving Vega like a little bit of what they like to play, just tons of AoE fight, and Vega actually shifted away from that a lot.
They may get to shift back again into it. The series is going to draw around a little bit longer.
Well, that's why the draft was really interesting, because Vega got what they wanted last time. This time, they counter the Queen of Pain pick with 2 even more heavy AoE damage heroes with the Last Strike and the Gyrocopter.
I think Vega still would have been very comfortable. This is the Bounty Hunter for me, which like, it did a lot of work early on, but now, as the team fights begin, you're just realizing how much work it's not going to do. Like, if he, I don't even say if he shut down to Chen more, because I think Arstar was still pretty much controlled. Arstar's only major play at the early stages of this game was put a tomato smasher inside the pit.
Here we go with the yellow smoke is going to pop.
Saneko, big jump. But a 5-man Fisher. The charge is coming in from Funnick. The cooldown's also on its way. The wall's keeping away, but a force at the BKB. And Pasha, how much damage can you do this time? The Sonic Wave is there. He runs over to Funnick, but the Troll Trap again. GG, well played. The game is over. The game is done and dusted. 27 minutes in, and Vega. They got wrecked.
They did.
To put it really simply, they got wrecked.
Their draft was very well constructed. I think all of us favored Vega's draft a little bit more. But the Bounty Hunter just... he got so much farm. He got so many kills, and they still couldn't just elevate this Ursa to any level of relevance.
Yep. They couldn't make space for him, really. Like, the first time they go on for Roshan, it's almost like the rest of the team had to come in and then protect him. And it didn't happen. It was like, okay, you just walk in there, one Centaur walks in, and Roshan is down by maybe 20% of his HP. And he's like,